Hello everyone, it's Barbara Ann. Welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. Copyright disclaimer. Under the Copyright Act of 1976, I am within my full legal right to share these following clips via video and audio. The following creators allow reshare, redistribution, and download of their content, and as always, I credit in the description box down below. Fair use, public domain, TikTok third-party license, and TikTok Live automatic third-party license for the use of commentary, reaction, teaching, news reporting, research, comment, and criticism. I am legally within my basic human, civil, and constitutional right to share under the First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. To share my expressions, views, thoughts, opinions, feelings, and critiques. The First Amendment to the U.S. Constitution guarantees my freedom of religion, freedom to exercise of, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, free assembly, and the right to petition the government and air my grievances. The First Amendment does not cover lies that amount to defamation, slander, libel, harassment, stalking, cyberstalking, bullying, cyberbullying, threats, or any other verbal crimes.
All of Taylor Swift's best friends either reposted the engagement announcement or publicly congratulated her, except for Blake Lively, whose birthday was the day before. She didn't even like the post. And she was active on social media that day, like reposting things from her birthday celebration, which Taylor Swift seemingly had nothing to do with either. So, methinks, this is the most clear indication to me that these people are not friends. They are not talking. In fact, I would bet that Blake Lively found out about this engagement at the exact same time as the rest of us. She got the same ESPN push notification. I bet you anything she got the notification and her heart sank right into her asshole. Because plausible deniability is the only thing that is linking her to Taylor Swift at this point. We have no clear evidence that they're not friends, but if she is absent from any kind of celebratory anything about this engagement, especially when literally every other famous person that Taylor Swift has ever even looked at has said congratulations. And she's clearly trying to stay on social media and behave as if it's business as usual, pretending like she's unbothered Betty Boos. In my Sauvignon Blanc fueled fever dream, Blake Lively gets the notification. She texts Taylor Swift saying, "Oh my God, congratulations, bestie, mama, baby, godmother bear." And Taylor leaves her unread. I would imagine she didn't open the text message. In fact, Tree might have proactively blocked Blake's number. She might have sent the text and the text showed up as green on Blake's end. Oh, can you imagine? What do you guys think?
Why Meghan Markle ended up being the celebrity with the strongest reaction to Taylor Swift's engagement, and the real reason is laugh out loud funny. Within hours of Taylor's engagement news breaking, celebrities worldwide sent their congratulations, but only Meghan stayed silent, and insiders said she was furious. Meghan's carefully planned second season of With Love, Meghan was releasing the same day, but Taylor's engagement dominated all the headlines, stealing her spotlight and leaving her unable to buy any coverage for promotion. The new series was extremely important to Meghan. She had signed a $100 million deal with Netflix, and if the second season underperformed, she could face huge penalties. This wasn't their first clash. Meghan had invited Taylor on a podcast to boost her own visibility, but Taylor, sensitive to Meghan's royal background, flatly declined. This had embarrassed Meghan at the time. The second time, Meghan attended Taylor's concert, seemingly to clear up questions about their relationship, but Taylor didn't meet her privately. In contrast, Prince William's family was warmly welcomed at Taylor's concert, and Taylor even wished the prince a happy birthday on social media. Eventually, Meghan relented, quickly liking Taylor's post in an effort.
The Taylor Swift engagement, super shocking at first, but now that I'm actually processing that the artist that I've known for the longest in my life, she's engaged. Go girl, be happy.
There is no way you set your camera up and got on this app and started crying because Taylor Swift got engaged. What is wrong with some of y'all? I can understand being a fan of somebody, but some of y'all are idolizing these people as if they're gods in this world. And what's crazy, while you're sitting here idolizing these people, they don't even know you exist. The only thing they know about you is that you're a ticket sale. You purchase a ticket to make them even more rich than they were before. And then to say that the person you've known for years, you don't know this woman, and she doesn't even know you exist at all. There's no way at no point did you say to yourself, I look crazy in this video. Let me not post it. The love that some of y'all pour into these people, you need to start pouring it into yourself.
Probably hasn't had 6 figures worth of plastic surgery, but Taylor Swift has, and we should talk about it. First of all, this is all alleged. I am not her plastic surgeon. I'm just a plastic surgeon, and this is all my opinion. I present to you 2 plastic surgeries that I think are indisputable that she's had, a breast augmentation and a rhinoplasty. Here's my case. Let's go back to the beginning, 2008. Here's Taylor Swift's OG face with her OG nose that her mother gave her. At this time, she's got a little bit more baby fat in her face, but 2 things stand out to me that I wanted to take note of and point out to you. A thin upper lip, pretty thin lower lip, and then her nose, which she has wide nasal bones. You can see the outline of them right there. And then a fairly decently wide bulbous tip. When she first started, she also was very flat-chested, which is totally fine, but she chose to get a breast augmentation. And here they are, which she is showing off with a fan in this selfie that you can find anywhere on the internet. I think this was around 2014, but you can very distinctly see the outline of a breast implant right there. When she holds out her phone to take the selfie, she's engaging her pectoralis muscle, and this breast implant is under the pec muscle. So what it does is it displaces that breast implant laterally, and that's why it looks like her breast is kind of sitting laterally on her chest as she's taking this photo. You can also just see there's no natural line between her chest and the breast. It is a sharp line because there's a breast implant right there. They weren't huge, but they fit her body very well at the time, especially because she didn't have a lot of natural breast tissue because she was so thin. Let's take a look at her old nose again. So you can see that the light catches the eye so that it kind of makes this shape right there. It's a wide bulbous tip, and then her nasal bones extend out decently far. Here after that last photo I showed you, and it's subtle, but her tip is definitely narrowed. The dorsoscetic lines have narrowed, her tip has narrowed, it's less bulbous, less wide, less of an angular divergence, and overall it's also been deprojected a little bit superiorly along the dorsum, just a softer, slightly more refined shape. It's good. She also has a touch of lip filler here, around 2015, 2016. Taylor's a smart girl, and she knew to use her COVID time wisely. She came back with new breasts and a slightly more refined nose. Possibly a few other things, but we're getting too long in this video. The new breasts did not come to play. They are much larger, and you can see they almost meet in the middle. They sit high on her chest. They are significantly larger size than before. And a lot of people say, oh, well, she just developed more. Do you agree that she does seem to have more natural breast tissue? So this can either be 2 things. Either she did actually develop a little bit more breast tissue with age, just with a little bit of weight gain, but she's still very thin. Another thing she could have done is liposuctioned a little bit of fat and grafted it to the upper pole of her breast to smooth that area out. It's a possibility. You can definitely still see the outline of her breast implants, especially when she puts her hand on her hip and engages her pec muscle. And here she is back in that selfie pose where you can once again see them laterally displaced as she engages her pec muscle. Now here she is in the Midnights era, the start of the Eras tour. I do think that her nose is a little bit more refined. I think she's had a little bit of cheek filler and a little bit more lip filler. I think she looks absolutely stunning here. Like this is beautiful. I want to know who her plastic surgeon is. But now that we're in the WAG era, I think she's losing the plot a little bit, and like that's okay. She can do whatever she wants to do. It's just my opinion. I still think she's beautiful, but I don't know if she decided to do fat grafting to her cheeks or it's just filler. When you do fat grafting to the cheeks to fill them, about half of it goes away. So it's common to overfill expecting that some of it will fade with time. So it's possible that she did that and now she's waiting, and that sucks because she is a little bit overfilled looking. Her cheeks actually look wide. If you go back to when she was just a kid, like her cheeks are now wider than they were then, and that doesn't happen. I think the amount of projection is even more obvious when she's smiling and laughing kind of from the side profile. You can tell that there's something in her cheeks. One more throwback to old Taylor. Why? Because she's dead. I rest my case. TikTok disclaimer so that my video doesn't get disqualified from the For You page. This is not promoting plastic surgery. This is merely a scientific explanation based on my opinion. This is all alleged information. I'm not promoting any sort of negative body image. I'm really explaining a transformation over the years, and plastic surgery has risk. If you're considering plastic surgery, please talk about it with your physician.
With Justin Timberlake being in the headlines for some very unusual performances, I thought it might be a good time to take a look back at Taylor Swift's friendship and actual celebrity crush from early on in her career. This is part 8 of the Male Musician series. You know the drill, listed above, who we've covered, who I plan to cover, and then commonly asked questions at the bottom. But today we're just gonna hop right in, and we're gonna start off with very early in Taylor's career, her second appearance on Ellen, when she tells Ellen that Justin Timberlake is one of her musical celebrity crushes.
So who are you dying to meet here today? Who do you want to run into?
Oh, at the Grammys. I've never met Justin Timberlake before. So
he's a good one to meet.
Yeah, I've always liked his music and stuff, but he became #1 on my list of people I want to meet after I saw him on your show, actually. and he called you, and he made all these weird voices, like, and you're thinking, like, who's this psycho that called?
Right, that's what I always think when he calls me.
Yeah. But he was making all these weird voices, and you couldn't tell who it was, and then he got on the phone with you, and he was so nice.
Yeah.
And he was, like, hilarious and nice, and
Yeah.
so that seemed like a good combination.
He is a hilarious, nice guy. He's a very, very sweet, down-to-earth. I adore him. He's a great guy. So I hope you run into him. And if not, I'll have you on the show at the same time I have him on next time.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, all right. Now, are you interested? He's got a girlfriend. You're not interested in him to...
No.
Okay.
Who would have a crush on Justin Timberlake?
Nobody.
No one.
Now, unfortunately, Taylor does not run into Justin Timberlake at the Grammys that year, but when she goes on Ellen for her next appearance, Ellen does bring him out as a special guest. The fact is that once we get the Fearless Platinum version, people then begin to suspect that the song Superstar may be about Justin Timberlake just because of her interactions with him on the show. Again, we have no proof of that, but it is something interesting to think about. However, moving on from there, we don't really see a lot between the two except some interactions on red carpets until 2012 when they both make an appearance at Walmart's 50th anniversary party. Before I play this, just know it is a skit. It definitely could be interpreted another way if you didn't know that ahead of time.
Okay, so, hi, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Taylor. I'm from Nashville.
Right. Nashville. Taylor, what do you do for a living in Nashville?
I'm a singer.
Ha, of course you are. A singer. Whatever. I guess if you're a singer and you live in Nashville, you're probably a songwriter too.
Yeah, and I have 6 Grammys too.
Okay. Waitress. So
Next interaction comes in 2014 when we see that Justin Timberlake makes an appearance at Taylor's birthday party. Moving into 2015, Taylor Swift brings Justin Timberlake out to perform his song Mirrors on the 1989 World Tour. Also in 2015, Taylor does go on to wish Justin Timberlake a happy birthday on Twitter. And then as we move into 2016, Taylor Swift wins Best Tour of the Year at the iHeartRadio Music Awards, and Justin Timberlake is chosen as the presenter.
ladies and gentlemen, all you up in the stands, get out of your seats and let your asses get some air. For the winner of the iHeartRadio Music Award for Best Tour, my still very young and very prolific friend, Taylor Swift.
I think that one of my favorite things about this tour was the camaraderie that I felt between all the artists that came out. I want to start by thanking Justin Timberlake for the example that he has set for all of us in this room.
From there, things are largely quiet until 2023 when NSYNC reunites for the 2023 VMAs, where Taylor Swift is seen losing her mind in the audience and then goes on to win an award presented by NSYNC.
And the VMA goes to the unstoppable Taylor Swift.
I'm not doing well pivoting from this to this. Like, I had your dolls. Are you doing something? What's gonna happen now?
Since then, though, Justin Timberlake has really experienced quite the fall from grace, whether you think about his past DWI experience and the footage that came from that, the fact that it is likely or seems likely that he had an affair on his wife, Jessica Biel, or the fact that his current tour is not looking so well. It's hard to know if they're still friends or if Taylor has decided to keep her distance from the current mess that is Justin Timberlake's career. Let me know in the comments if you think they're still friends, but it is very clear that at least at one point in time, they were.
I legally changed my name to Caroline Melissa Taylor because of Taylor Swift. And if you don't like that, go touch grass. Also,
me? You're telling me to go touch grass? Me? The person who didn't change their name after a billionaire who doesn't know they exist? I'm the one who needs to touch grass? And listen, Swifties, you better come out and let me know that not all of you are like this, because to me, that's crazy. You changed your legal name for a pop star, and then you're like, and somebody needs to tell her I did this because I don't think she knows. Of course she doesn't know. She doesn't know you. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't know you exist. You might be a ticket sale or an album sale or a song download, but Taylor Swift has no idea you exist. So changing your legal name for her is absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And then you have the nerve to come on here and tell people that we need to touch grass? I don't think it's all Swifties, but the Swifties like this, who have such a parasocial relationship that it's concerning, y'all are weird.
Let's talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's engagement. That wasn't news. It was a marketing experiment, and you were the lab rat. Think about it. The photos were suspicious, but that didn't matter. The algorithm amplified them, media legitimized them, and brands piled on. Viral spectacle replaced truth. That's the playbook. Generate, trigger, amplify, profit, and forget about whether it's real. This wasn't sloppy PR or even bad Photoshop. It looked like a test to see how much synthetic content the public would accept if it was wrapped in celebrity packaging. And here's what should scare you. If the most scrutinized celebrity on earth can post AI-riddled images and the media celebrates them anyway, imagine what's happening in politics, war coverage, or natural disasters. No disclosure and no accountability. The bottom line, you weren't just entertained. You were studied, sold to, and conditioned. Every click, like, comment, and share was collected in service of fooling you even more effectively next time. And next time, these same methods may be used to sell you political candidates or justify military interventions. Read more about this topic in my latest Substack. Link is in my bio, and don't forget to comment, like, and share.
Taylor Swift fans are not happy with Gabriette after a recent comment she made about Taylor's upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl. Before I get into the details, and there are a lot of details, my name is Riri. I'm an entertainment and pop culture news reporter, and you can follow me for more videos like this. Now let's get into it. In case you're unaware, Gabriette is engaged to Maddie Healy, who used to date Taylor Swift. She is also friends with Charlie XCX, who is married to Maddie Healy's bandmate, George. Charlie XCX released her album Brat last year, and on that album, there's a song called Everything is Romantic. On Taylor's upcoming album, The Life of a Showgirl, she has a song called Actually Romantic. There has been an alleged leak of the lyrics of Actually Romantic. Obviously, I won't share the leaked lyrics in this video, and I don't even know if they're real. But in the alleged leaked lyrics, Taylor Swift sings about someone who kind of shades her all the time, and she says that it's actually romantic because they're kind of obsessed with her while Taylor takes the high road and keeps her mouth shut every time. If these lyrics are real, fans think she could be talking about Charlie XCX. For one, because the song is called Actually Romantic, and again, Charlie has a song called Everything is Romantic. Also, we know Taylor Swift loves numerology, and Actually Romantic is track 7 on the Life of a Showgirl album. And you guessed it, Everything is Romantic is track 7 on Charlie's Brat album. Coincidence or not, I don't know, you tell me. Now, I'm speaking as both a huge Swiftie and I'm also a Charlie XCX fan, but a few times it has seemed like Charlie shaded Taylor Swift in the past, like her photo shoot last year with New York Magazine. It featured a bloody friendship bracelet, but in the same New York Magazine article, Taylor Swift praised Charlie XCX's writing abilities, and Charlie's song Sympathy as a Knife is widely speculated to be about Taylor Swift, but despite that, here is Taylor Swift dancing at the Grammys while Charlie XCX is performing. And like I mentioned, Charlie is good friends with Gabriette and Maddie Healy, so fans were surprised to say the least when Gabriette commented on a parody video about Taylor Swift. A comedian named Veronica is Cool made a video writing what she thinks the life of a showgirl is going to sound like. Gabriette commented on the since deleted video writing, "Babe, record Actually Romantic, please." Some people may argue that Gabriette is just joining in on the fun and she liked this video and thought it was funny, but you're commenting on a parody video of your fiance's ex-situationship. I don't know, it's just a little weird. It's also kind of giving off the impression that she's keeping up with the leaks that are online. A lot of fans believe that this proves Gabriette knows about the leaked lyrics for Actually Romantic, and she knows it's about allegedly her friend Charlie XCX, and she's kind of making that publicly known. So naturally, the Swifties are flooding Gabriette's Instagram tagged section with pictures of Taylor Swift, but they're also tagging her in really creepy pictures, and again, hundreds of pictures of Taylor Swift. So what do you think? Is this all one big coincidence? Was Gabriette being shady, and did she see the leaked lyrics of Actually Romantic? Are the lyrics even real, and are they about Charlie XCX? Let me know all your thoughts and theories down below, and please, let's not send hate or threats to anyone involved.
Here's my TS12 theory that whenever I tell anyone, they say, no, you're wrong. So you can let me know in the comments if you think maybe I'm right or if I'm definitely wrong. So I noticed when I was watching the podcast that Taylor made a very clear diction choice. So I think that this album was not written about the Eras Tour at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was written about the 1989 tour. And I think that because she only mentions the Eras Tour by name when she says she was working on this album during the Eras Tour. That's it. And she was. She was recording songs. Maybe they were fixing up lyrics. But anytime she's talking about the album, she uses very generic language. She says, this is about what was going on behind the scenes during this tour, which was so exuberant and electric and vibrant. She says, we could really knock it out of the park if we just went back in. She says it's about that infectiously joyful, wildly dramatic place I was in my life. She says, this is the record I've been wanting to make for a very long time. She says, I wanted this album to feel how my life felt. She says, we've been waiting years to come back together to make this project. She says, I wanted to glamorize all the different aspects of how that tour felt. Whenever she's talking about the album, she does not say it was the Eras Tour. She says this tour or that tour. And so I've been saying this and everyone's like, you're wrong, you're wrong. And then our drops started coming out. And now I'm like, was I right? So we're having 1989 glitter outfit drops. Not only that, but the first one, our orange one, started at 5 hours. What is her 5th album? 1989. So I don't know if I'm right, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this album was written during the 1989 era, which means, are we getting rep vault tracks? Let me know.
The leaks are real, okay guys? The leaks going around for Taylor Swift's 12th album are 100% real. And I wish people wouldn't do this. I wish people wouldn't leak this stuff. I feel like it kind of ruins it for the rest of us. But now that it's out there, I feel like it's my duty to report on it. This channel is about evidence-based gossip. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share some of the vibes of what we got without spoiling any of the actual lyrics or song titles. We've got the blurry lyrics in my Discord, and we're going through them, deciphering them as much as we can. So far, I'm seeing 4 to 6 love songs about Travis, varying from very sweet and sincere to downright bawdy and scandalous. I'm seeing perhaps at least one song about Joe detailing how he wasn't the right guy for her. And I'm seeing maybe one song about Maddie also detailing how he wasn't cut out to be with her. I'm definitely seeing one song about fame and what it's like to want to be famous and then what it's like to become famous. I hate that the album was leaked, but I am so excited about this era. I'll be doing a ton of bonus episodes discussing all of this on my Patreon. And I've got Patreon on sale for 12% off. Just use the code on screen if you're interested. And by the way, there's a ton of free content on there too. If you can't afford a few bucks for Taylor Swift gossip, I totally understand. And of course, I'll be here on TikTok talking about every detail that I can. So make sure to give me a follow for more Taylor Swift news, TS12 news, updates. We'll be covering it all. Happy TS12 era to all of you.
We're in the back of the car, coming up from the bar. brightest diamond. You told me I've got a good asset. They say be careful what you wish for yet. You're the only one I need. You're the most expensive luxury. Wishing on a shooting star. Fame can only get you so far, so far. Most things are quick and fleeting. My heart is beating fast, fast, fast. Through the cash, cash, cash. WISHLIST, you and me for life, baby. A trip to Vegas lasts a lifetime. I'm mixing glitter with the red wine. Call it burlesque because I'm such a mess. I only feel pretty in the spotlight. Sports fans got me fucked up, but my man's got me locked up. See me in my show once more before you go. String of pearls longer than your apology. Call attention, I call it biology. Martini glasses and kissing in the moonlight. My better judgment is putting up a good fight. Loving him was red, but being on his podcast was orange.
You're telling me after years and years and years and years of Taylor Swift dropping album after album with the utmost of precision, Easter egg after Easter egg, layer and layer and layer upon layer of lore, announces a whole album on a podcast next to that man? Girl, come back. Girl, come back. Girl, come back. Come back, girl. Girl, come back. Girl, come back. The way you all purposely misunderstand what the Gaylors are saying so that you can continue to excuse and justify your horrible behavior to a marginalized group of people is insane. No one is saying that her getting engaged to a man makes her queer. Please stop saying that's what the Gaylors are saying, because you sound ridiculous. You all take screenshots of queer people so you can put them up on a green screen for your followers and your likes, where you stand there and say, look at this crazy queer person who is saying that Taylor Swift is queer because she's engaged to a man. And what you continue to purposely misunderstand is the fact that the Gaylors have been talking about and noticing queer themes, queer references, and queer flags in Taylor's work since the beginning. And the point the Gaylors are making is that her getting married to a man doesn't negate the queerness that has been there all along. And I constantly get people saying, oh, you just push and move the goalpost. You move the goalpost. I don't have a goalpost listening to this artist's music. Why do you? I believe she's an artist and is telling a story, and I'm following that story. The story is queer. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not only a fan of Taylor because I think she's queer. Okay? I'm not only a fan of Taylor waiting every day for her to come out so that I can really be a fan. I am a fan of Taylor's music. And as I unpacked my own internalized homophobia and found out and realized my own ways that I disregarded queerness and assumed straight as the default sexuality, I then took that information and applied it to other people in my life, including celebrities. And then I found on my own the queer themes in Taylor's music because they're there. And then I started to talk about the ways that I saw queerness in Taylor's music and found out there was a whole community of people who also saw the same thing. So again, if you're waiting for the Gaylors or performance artlers or me to stop being a fan because I finally missed whatever goalpost is you think I have, you are misunderstanding why I enjoy her art. And honestly, I feel like you have some things to unpack about why you enjoy her art. Is this your goalpost? Is if you find out she's queer, are you gonna stop listening to her music? So the fact that you think her getting engaged or married to a man is going to stop the Gaylors from seeing her queerness just proves how little depth you place to her and her art. And if Taylor does come out as straight, which by the way, she has not, and getting married to a man is not equivalent to coming out as straight. Only publicly dating men is not the equivalent to coming out as straight.
Straight is a sexuality, and straight is not the default sexuality. So when you say don't speculate on sexuality, what you're really saying is it's okay to speculate on straight sexuality. It's not okay to speculate on queer sexuality, which yet again is just internalized homophobia. In the 1989 prologue, she says that she doesn't appreciate being sexualized. Sexualized, that is a different word than the word sexuality. Sexualized means she doesn't like it when people talk about what she does in the bedroom. And if you think queerness is about what happens in the bedroom, again, that is a misunderstanding of queerness on your part. Because queerness is about attraction. You don't have to have dated someone of the same sex to be queer. You can look at another human being and know that you are attracted to them without anything ever happening. So by bringing up sex and what happens in the bedroom when gaylers are talking about queer historical references and queer flags, you are sexualizing her. Saying that the song Would is about Travis is sexualizing her. Talking about how big Travis's hands are is sexualizing her. So again, trying to use the 1989 prologue to attack gaylers is just a further proof of your own lack of media literacy. No one is forcing you to believe what the gaylers think. And that's the other thing, is that we are not harming anybody. The gaylers are not hurting anybody. We are queer people having queer conversations, and you don't have to listen. You don't have to agree, and you don't have to believe it. You can just ignore it and scroll past. But if the fact that the gaylers exist bothers you that much, you have things you need to unpack. I've gotten hundreds of comments of people saying, she won't Easter egg her personal life. She won't Easter egg her personal life. But on the videos where you all are calling this an engagement ring and literally finding the K for Kelsey in there, no one's commenting on those videos and harassing them, saying that she's not going to Easter egg her personal life. Again, using that to get in the comments and attack and harass queer people, not people who are discussing her straight relationship and speculating on her straight personal life. Only when it's speculation on her queer personal life is it Taylor doesn't Easter egg her personal life. And then you get into my comments and pretend like you have any minute concern for anyone's mental well-being. You call me crazy and say you need to seek help. I'm just so worried for your mental health. And being so for real, if you thought someone online was actually unwell mentally and commented, "You're unwell, get help," do you think that's actually going to help them? Or are you trying to point out how unwell you think they are so that they feel bad about themselves? And passive-aggressively disguising it as care and niceness. Like, oh, I'm just concerned. You seem so unwell. No, you're just an asshole. You don't have to engage with this content. And in fact, why is my gay face ending up on your page? Why did the TikTok algorithm think that you would like something queer, I'm going to tell you right now that every time you get in my comments and say, don't speculate sexuality, I immediately start to speculate on your sexuality.
So my friend was just texting me saying she didn't know the Charlie and Taylor drama, and I told her about it. So let's talk about it while we wait for the purple glitter countdown, which my guess is merch, but some people think that it is the single Actually Romantic. So this is going to be spoilery. So if you don't want to hear anything lyrics, leaks, spoilers, please go away. Swipe away. I'm giving full warning. Spoilery leaks happening right now. Okay, here we go. So Actually Romantic is apparently a diss track back at Charlie XCX because of her song Sympathy is a Knife from Brat. So last summer, Charlie releases Brat, and there's a song called Sympathy is a Knife. And the entire song is about her personal insecurities. And she's telling them to George, her then boyfriend, who she's now married to. George is in the 1975 with Maddie Healy. And the song is saying all these things that she is insecure about. Like, I'm not pretty enough, I'm too weird, and I'll never get on these charts, but I want to, and I want to win awards and all this stuff. It's just her personal insecurities. And she has a line saying that she doesn't like seeing her
at his shows, and she hopes they break up soon. And everybody knows that this is about Taylor Swift because she dated Matty Healy, who she saw at George's shows because they're in the 1975 together. That is the initial diss song, which if you think about it, the only part that's a diss is saying, I hope they break up soon. But really, Charlie is, in her defense, just saying her personal insecurities that she's projecting onto Taylor. But still, if you know how down bad Taylor was for Matty, you know that that probably stung to hear I hope they break up soon, considering that they absolutely broke up. So it kind of continues because at one of Charlie's shows, a bunch of her fans were chanting bad stuff about Taylor, like bad stuff. And Charlie put a stop to it. She called out her fans. She said, don't do this. Stop doing this. You guys are the worst. Don't do this to Taylor Swift. So I thought that was cool that she stopped it. And apparently the beef continued. Like, I thought it ended there, but maybe just because there's like these two camps now where it's like Charlie, Lord, Gabrielle, and Taylor and Selena. Like, over here, it's just different because now anyone who's with Matty Healy is now against Taylor. So that's the beef, that's the drama, and now apparently Taylor has a song called Actually Romantic where she talks about how Charlie being so obsessed with her and writing songs about her and talking about her is actually romantic. And yeah, you just have to hear it because the lyrics are a little cringe if you ask me, but I like the idea of the song, but some of the lyrics that I've seen, I'm just like, this is cringe. So I don't know. We'll see. But there's the beef. That's the drama. And we'll see. Maybe we get actually romantic today.
The rest of the world is black and white, but we were in screaming color.
I'm going to take a moment to throw it to my sponsor, EcoStash. You can go to www.ecostash-organization.com, Amazon shop EcoStash, or Amazon search EcoStash. Use my discount code 20EcoStashC. That is all capital letters, 20 EcoStashC. As you know, I have worked for over 18 years on genealogy. I have worked on my own family tree for over 18 years and have over 3,000 names verified. But I also have another passion: true crime cases, the human psyche and human behavior. I do a lot of research when it comes to true crime cases, verifying, corroborating, writing down facts, verifying those facts, and even writing letters. So when I came across this product by EcoStash, I was more than thrilled. It is a hanging filing cabinet, but that's not the best part. It can also be used in a traditional filing cabinet or a portable one. But that's not even the best part and my favorite part. If you love earth and you love to recycle, then you're going to love this because it's made out of wheat straw. Talk about sustainability. Wheat straw is a material that is recyclable, meaning it can be processed and used again and again and again after its usage cycle ends. This helps reduce waste and it also extends the material's life cycle, which is sustainability. They are more than affordable and they come in multiple different bundles and colors. It doesn't only help with function and organization, it's aesthetically pleasing. With a wide variety of colors and options to choose from. If you struggle with decluttering and anxiety like I do, you are going to love this product because it also expands to a very large capacity. Did I already mention that you can hang it, store it, put it in a box or a filing cabinet? And even better, it comes with labels and customizable labels. As a content creator who researches and writes a lot, this product has been a godsend. It has helped me turn boxes and stacks of paper into organization. It's not only helped me make sense and organize my artwork, my research, photographs, my children's school papers, but also my mind and my research materials. And it conveniently fits anywhere. I was able to turn that giant mess into this, which not only relieves my anxiety and my stress, it has helped me function better as a content creator who loves to research and write down everything. It's large capacity, it's recyclable, it's made out of earth-friendly materials, it comes in cute colors, it's extremely affordable. But the best part for me is it helps me to make sense out of everything from the past, present, and future that I worked on, am working on, and plan to work on. And that feeling of organization and decluttering is a great feeling. And I'm extremely proud and honored to say that EcoStash helped me get there. EcoStash. You can visit them at www.ecostash-organization.com or Amazon shop EcoStash. You can go to Amazon and search EcoStash in the search bar, and you can use my 20% off code 20EcoStashC. 20EcoStashC. All capital letters.
Taylor Swift is bad. I wasn't that passionate about Taylor Swift until now. Now that I heard Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, my first ever Beyonce listen, my first ever album I've listened to, and I was like, okay, this is an artist. Some songs I like, some I don't care about, but this is an artist. Taylor Swift is the most boring artist imaginable. Dare I say, she sucks. And her fans who are like pouring over all this shit, you suck too. I don't want to hear anything about Taylor Swift. She sucks. She's a boring artist. She's bad. Listening to someone talk about their relationships, it's too much now. You're too old and you're too rich for this shit. You're no Beyonce. You're bad.
Listen to how the devil is using Taylor Swift and other artists to influence our children. Watch this with me.
This little girl is at this Taylor Swift concert and the girl is crying freakishly. And the girl's parroting these lyrics about having uncommitted sex with men all through the summers of her life to sow seeds of hell inside of them. And it's rhetoric that comes from the world. And the argument is this: it will be the most fun, best, beautiful, and painful life that you will ever have if you live a summer where you're making love to someone and the commitment is not there and it's broken and he's leaving you and maybe he shows up and maybe he doesn't and he smiles like a devil and you're rolling the dice and you're driving fast cars. Isn't that incredible and romantic and painful and beautiful? Best melody you've ever heard in your life? It's like, well, why have we lost all of our kids? Why have we lost them all? Why don't they follow Jesus anymore? Because you told them that the best, most beautiful, most creative thing was some devil's rhetoric.
If you like content that speaks about the truth, be sure to follow or subscribe for more.
Taylor Swift has a song called Guilty as Sin, where she talks about what if she rolled the stone away, because they would have crucified her anyway. Or what if the way someone holds her is actually what's holy? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Her having those lyrics is straight trying to make a mockery out of the Lord. And this is the person with 104 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Oh, and also, she's the first musician ever to reach the milestone of making $1.1 billion solely from her songwriting and performing. But guess what? In the Bible it says, let no one deceive you in any way, for that day will not come unless the rebellion comes first. We have hundreds of millions of people listening to Taylor Swift and making her richer as the first billionaire to make billions strictly off of music, as she is making a mockery in her lyrics out of the act of love that our Lord did for us when he went up to Calvary and washed us clean of our sins. Truthfully, I'm not surprised at all, because the Bible says the great falling away has to happen. The rebellion must come first. So the Bible is just fulfilling itself.
As a Christian, you should no longer be supporting Taylor Swift and her music. Now, before I say anything, I want you to know that I grew up as a Taylor Swift fan. I was like an OG Taylor Swift fan, and it's sad to see another good artist sell their soul to the devil. But I started to notice Taylor Swift was going down that path after she made the song Karma. She literally said, "Karma is a god, karma is my boyfriend." And some of you are like, no, she didn't sell her soul. Like, she's a Christian. She's from Tennessee. I don't care where you're from or what you call yourself. Actions speak louder than words. Taylor Swift is not a Christian. There's literally live footage of her performing witchcraft on stage. Not to mention in her music video when she was literally wearing a demonic mask. Like, this literally looks like she's in hell and she's having a good time. If she was literally Christian, there is no way in heck she would be doing any of this. And in her most recent album, The Tortured Poets Department, there's literally 2 songs where she's mocking Jesus. You hung me on your wall and stabbed me with your push pins. What if I roll a stone away? They're gonna crucify me anyway. She's also made a song called False God, saying even if it's a false God, we'd still worship. It's not giving Christian. It's not giving I love Jesus and I'm a follower of Jesus. There is a guy that I follow. His name is Isaiah Robin, and he has made a full in-depth video on Taylor Swift. And so if my video was not proof enough, go watch this one. You all need to be careful on who you're celebrating. You need to be careful on who you're listening to, because music is one of the most influential things on this planet. And her music is getting dark, and it's getting dark very quickly.
Another commercial and see her disguising these policies behind the words Tennessee Christian values. Those aren't Tennessee Christian values. I live in Tennessee. I am Christian. That's not what we stand for.
As Tennessee lawmakers were voting to limit abortions in the state in 2019, Swift told The Guardian, "Obviously, I'm pro-choice," adding, "I just can't believe this is happening." Ms. Swift might want to review the Old and New Testaments.
Repentance means that you change your mind about God, about yourself, and about your need. You change your mind and Christ will transform it. We've all sinned. And that's the reason he sent Jesus Christ to die on the cross. You say, well, what do I have to do? You have to be willing to repent of your sins. That means to change your mind, to change your heart, to change your attitude. That means that you say, Lord, I have sinned. I'm sorry. It means that you're saying to God, I'm willing to change my way of living and turn from sin. That's repentance. Change your mind. He'll change your heart. Change your mind and he will come in and regenerate you and you will be a born-again person.
Sorry, Swifties, but Taylor Swift worships the devil. Watch this. See, listen, Taylor Swift is lost and focused on the flesh and focused on demonic things. That's why you see evil manifesting in her life. We need to pray for Taylor Swift, and if you want to pray for Taylor Swift, say praying for her in the comments and share this with a friend.
If you are Christian and you are promoting Taylor Swift's work or going to see her in concert or listening to her music and letting your children do so, I encourage you to stay and listen to this video, which is my warning to you about doing this. I've been abundantly clear for quite a while now about the New Age ideologies and concepts being promoted through Swift's music. New Age ideologies and practices are authored by the devil. So this isn't necessarily at all about secular music. This is about music that blatantly points people to the devil. This is extremely dangerous, Christian. You don't want these seeds being planted in your children's mind. You don't want these seeds being planted in your mind, and you definitely don't want to promote somebody who does. This is unbiblical to stand with the wicked. This could make a lot of people stumble in Christ as well. So as a former diviner, I can tell you, karma, they just need to calm down. Where Swift is just, her agenda is completely anti-Christ. And I mean, she comes straight for us Christians. As I always want to stress, that we need to, as Christians, what we need to be doing is praying for Taylor Swift to be saved, to come to the Lord, to abandon and repent of these practices, of these ideologies and concepts. Guys, listen, this is no joke. what she does, because she's so idolized, it's a true cult, C-U-L-T. It then goes over to TikTok and other places and becomes viral, and young ladies and young gentlemen are watching this. Christian, you don't want this for them, because this will open demonic doors, okay? And I don't say this lightly. I say this with urgency. Please don't listen to Swift. Pray for her instead.
Did Taylor Swift actually sell her soul to the devil? Watch this. Clearly people don't know. Taylor Swift used to be a young, honest, and pure, talented musician. However, at the age of 18, she released a song with a caption in it saying, "I danced with the devil," and the whole song actually talking about selling her soul to the devil. When you sell your soul to the devil for fame, there's a high price to pay. Now Taylor Swift has a music video with witches casting spells, a whole bunch of songs and videos supporting things that the Bible calls abominations to the Lord, and even performing demonic rituals live on stage at her concerts. Don't be deceived by what the culture often calls family friendly or totally fine. For surely what's on her will get on you if you participate with it. If you don't want to be deceived by the devil's attacks, subscribe or follow now.
These Taylor Swift fans or Swifties, whatever they are, they're out of control. Because they're out here getting the word mine tattooed on their thigh, because that's a lyric from one of her songs. But if you listen to that song is about her flicking the bean. It legitimately is about her fantasizing about being with someone, and she's getting off to that. Not to mention, in her new album, she basically is performing witchcraft, and it's a sin to even listen to it. And now that you've taken a lyric from that album that is evil, and you have tattooed it on your thigh, that's blasphemy. Yeah, I don't know that that's a forgivable sin. You guys need to be careful. And if you let your kids listen to this new Taylor Swift album, you're probably not a good parent. It is a damn good album, though. I'll say that. She really outdid herself. What if he's written mine on my...
This is crazy. Taylor Swift shakes her head in disapproval when Ice Spice thanks God. Check this out.
I want to thank my manager, James. I want to thank my producer, Ryan.
Crazy.
For making the best music with me. Shout out all the other nominees in this category. I want to thank my label, 10K and Capital, for always supporting me. And of course, God. Without God, none of this would be possible.
Unbelievable. Guys, this is crazy. Artists like her need to be shut down. There's a lot of witchcraft going on. People are even forgetting entire concerts of her that they went to. At the end of the day, we need Jesus, who died for us. Subscribe and follow if you wouldn't shake your head at God.
Can we stop idolizing Taylor Swift and treat her like a role model? Because she's not. This is coming from a Swiftie who listens to her obsessively, and she is my top listened to artist on Spotify every single year, so this is not coming from me hating her. But her involvement in the movie Amsterdam, her writing a song for Where the Crawdads Sing, and her being the person to use her private jet the most are just unacceptable, and we need to be acknowledging it. All of this just shows to me that she doesn't care about other people, and she will do whatever she wants to do, whatever suits her. She had this white country girl Republican image, and that didn't suit her, so she started talking about politics a little, sat herself comfortably in the left wing, but when it comes to talking about issues that matter, like Roe v. Wade being overturned, she stays silent. She does little things here and there, but nothing to the scale of her fame and her position of power. And the worst part is that she never acknowledges that she does these things. She never apologizes. Obviously, after being involved in a movie, she can't be like, oopsie, my bad, because there's press going on and contracts in place probably. But she keeps doing these things. And her fans love her so much that they hardly ever call her out on these crap, and they just continue to support her, which makes it okay for her to be doing these things because there are absolutely no repercussions. Taylor Swift, without a doubt, is one of the most influential artists of her time, and she could be doing a lot with that power, but she just chooses to work with the most controversial people and not defend anyone's rights but her own. Don't get me wrong, no one owes us to be a role model, no one owes us philanthropy, and it is completely okay that she just does whatever the hell she wants with her money and her power. However, her fans put her on such a high pedestal and pretend that she is a goddess that she is not. So I think it's time we realize, despite being one of the best lyricists of our time, she might not be that good of a person. All this to say, I'm still going to stream Midnights forever and ever more.
What's interesting is that in her songs, she's portraying herself as an outsider. And you look at her, she's so beautiful, you think she was never an outsider. What is this? But you're kind of telling us that she was.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't think, I don't think being an outsider or not being an outsider has much to do with beauty or not having a certain type of beauty. I think it has everything to do with being different, and regardless of how that difference occurs, you're in a setting where everyone wants to be the same, and you want to do something different, and all of a sudden, yeah, you're the outsider. Doesn't matter what else is going on.
You know, I wonder how much of that, when she was young, being not in the A clique or whatever they called it, how much of that has been central to her songwriting? You feel a lot of that in her songs.
Oh, absolutely, and it's pivotal. You still see that in her music today.
Yeah.
That there's that sort of underlying, a little bit of insecurity that is still there. It will never go away.
Okay, so I've seen the theories that Taylor Swift is a witch, and honestly, I've always kind of rolled my eyes because I read tarot cards, I'm a Reiki master healer, I'm a channel, so I'm like, I don't take that word very lightly. However, I think she just admitted to it. Okay, I'm either really late to the game or really reaching, but in Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, she admits to being a witch. She says, I leap from the gallows. We used to burn witches at the stake and hang them. Then she says, I levitate down your street. If that does not scream witch, I don't know what does. Then she says, I crash the party like a record scratch and I scream, who's afraid of little old me? Who remembers in Sleeping Beauty when like the bad fairy comes in uninvited to Princess Aurora's birth, like celebration of her birth, and everyone's like, no, and she's like, don't worry, I'm just here to bring a gift. Why are you afraid of me? I'm just bringing a gift. You didn't invite me, but that's okay. I'm just gonna bring this gift for the baby. And then she literally curses her, but she's like, don't be afraid of me, all is well. Well, I'm pretty sure that's a reference to that. Now again, I might have missed the boat and y'all are already talking about this, or I'm totally reaching here, but leap from the gallows, levitating, and coming into the party uninvited, saying, don't be afraid of me, I'm just gonna give a gift. She's a witch. I'm here for it.
One thing I'm happy about is that Taylor Swift shows you gotta just stop dating these emaciated, anemic, vegan-looking, skinny, artsy guys, right? One of her ex was the lead singer of a band called the 1975. I think his name was Matty Healy. Something like that. Then she dated this sort of brooding actor named Joe Alwyn who didn't really want to be seen with her too much, which I don't understand because you have like no career, you're a flop. Your claim to fame is Taylor Swift. We wouldn't know you if not for Taylor Swift. She dated Tom Hiddleston, another like skinny, pale British actor. It's time she dates an all-American football player. Okay, she needs this big, burly man. I don't know, he's 6 foot something. Maybe my producer can tell me. He has to be like 6'5", 6'6", 6'4". She needs like a big, burly man with a dad bod, with hair on his chest to toss her around. Okay, that is what she needs. Okay, 6'5". My producer has told me we have incoming news from the stratosphere. He is 6'5", dad bod, burly, hair on his chest. That's what she needs. No more of these little emaciated, skinny guys. Travis Kelce also seems like the type of person who's not intimidated by her success. He's not intimidated by the fact that she sells out huge tours and she's got billions of dollars and she's a superstar, right? He seems to celebrate that and be totally secure in himself as a man. The ring is a $550,000 square oval diamond in a gold bezel setting. Like I said, the Mars rover could see that ring. Okay, that is a big ass ring. And as I've said before, okay, there are some things I will only do for diamonds that is a diamond I would do some things for, okay? Sorry to my mom's Bible study if y'all are watching, but that is a diamond. If a man gives you that diamond, sweetheart, okay, if you're not Taylor Swift and a man shows up with a $500,000 square oval diamond in a gold bezel setting, you better come correct, okay? You know what needs to be done, ladies. So they apparently kept their engagement under wraps for a while. A source exclusively told Page Six that Travis Kelce actually proposed a couple of weeks ago. I don't know what their prenuptial agreement is going to look like. The prenup is probably going to look, okay, like the Odyssey or Moby Dick. Okay, the prenup is going to look like Moby Dick. It's going to be massive. So it's going to be massive. Oh, I'm treading lightly here. So they're going to have a big prenup. I'm here to tell you, I think it's time for Taylor Swift to evolve.
I'm sorry, but I do not believe Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are a thing. It just doesn't feel real to me. I don't really care, like, what you guys tell me. I also can admit to you guys that I'm a Taylor Swift hater. Like, I'm not a fan. I just think that she represents white mediocrity and how it can still be successful, and I'm just not here for it. So she's not somebody for me. But I saw, because I don't really keep up with her that much, but obviously we all saw the news, and the whole thing just feels fake. It feels very like calculated always, but it just feels very curated. They both are wearing Ralph Lauren. It's in this garden because she's just like the fairy tale. Please, Taylor, leave me alone. Like, I just don't understand her hype. She can't sing. And here's the thing. I'm not talking about Taylor as a person. I don't know this woman. I'm sure she's a lovely woman, cool, whatever. But, let me get my cheese. She just, like I said, she can barely sing. She can't dance. She might write a little song, you know what I mean? Maybe I'll give her that, whatever. But even her songs are like, I saw him on the corner of 51st and Lenox. He looked familiar. His daddy was a dentist. The next day at school, I felt cool with my leather jean jacket, but I dropped my packet. And then I looked up, and who did I see? The boy from the corner is staring at me. Taylor, shut up. Shut up, Taylor. You're pissing me off now. Like, that's enough. And that's why these little girls be liking her, because her lyrics are giving A, B, C, and a 1, 2, 3. Clap with me, girl. Please. I don't know. I just feel like this is a lot of cheese. I feel like something's going on. Like, it just, I don't know. And as a woman who was raised by a white man who loves black women or women of color, not saying that Travis can't go back to his roots. I'm not saying that. But it's just not giving that Travis is going to go from what he was going to long back.
There's a very long back. Taylor Swift.
I think that if you're a man, especially a white man who likes women of color, you're going to kind of stick to that. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I shouldn't have said this because I don't want to see her on my timeline.
It's like you see you on the stage and you see how crazy you can get an entire stadium going, and then I get you in a room and it's like, I've known you forever. It's like, it was just the easiest conversation I ever had. And it was just so much fun that it just, knocked my socks off, from what they say.
Knocked your socks off.
Yeah.
Thank you. I felt
She
the
blew
same
me
exact
away.
way
And
about you.
I had never experienced something so mesmerizing on stage and then so real and so beautiful in person.
Hey. That's
should I leave? I'm just gonna
I think so. Honestly, at this point, I think everyone should leave.
The Taylor Swift engagement, super shocking at first, but now that I'm like actually processing that the artist that I've known for the longest in my life, I posted my reaction video and I just sat there for a moment and I was like, holy fucking shit, like, she's engaged. Like, go girl, be happy, get it, like, get that fucking shit. Be so fucking happy. I love seeing that happy smile on your face. And that's just so sweet and beautiful. And I don't know. It feels like I don't know this person. Why do I care that somebody I don't know got engaged? But you do know the person a little bit when they've shared so much about their life. And because of their sharing, you've been able to heal. And it's almost like, you know, like when you talk to a friend and the friend shares a story and it helps you. You know, none of us shared our story with her, but she shared hers with us and it still helped us. And yeah, I'm a Swiftie if you didn't know. The first Taylor Swift concert I ever went to was Red. Red is always gonna be my favorite album. Unless, maybe she makes something else one day that beats it out. But Red, made a really big impact on my life. So, anyway, congrats.
I'm gonna say this, and y'all not gonna like it. Y'all gonna be very mad. And I don't care. That relationship with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce is not real. It's weird. They're two different kind of white people. Just because they're white does not mean that they belong together. And y'all think that. I know y'all do. I'm not saying he belongs with a black woman. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that him and Taylor, they're like brother and sister, but the brother is so much different than the sister. And when they go to school together, people are like, oh, I didn't know that was your brother. That's what it's giving. Okay. I don't care. And if they end up getting married, it's only because she can't find nobody in her tax bracket that want to date her or something like that, or that's as famous as her. But there's other people she dated I know that's very famous, but she dated them all already now. Who else she gonna date? They're not compatible and they seem weird and I don't like it and I don't care and I love Tay. I love her, but sorry, it's true.
Is that not weird? Is that not like a weird fucking way to announce that you're engaged? Your gym teacher and whatever kind of teacher, English teacher, are engaged. What about like, I can't believe I'm engaged to the love of my life, I'm so happy. Or like, you've been there with me through everything, meeting you was such a surprise. Like, hello? Are you not supposedly the best songwriter of our generation? Are you not like a poet? Are you not inclined to gush and go on and on about how overjoyed you are when you have any kind of experience? Is that not making it so obvious that the photo itself is a product for the audience? Your gym teacher, your two favorite teachers are engaged, whatever the hell she said. Is it not making it so obvious that it's marketing? She's posting for marketing? I loved Taylor Swift. I'm telling you, in middle school, I was obsessed with, like, the lore of who she was, the mythology of Taylor Swift. I fell for it. But it's so obvious that she makes her whole life a product. She sells authenticity. And it's ringing so hollow lately, it's impossible not to notice.
Me and my ex, 5 years.
Wait, who's your ex?
Travis Kelce.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's dating Taylor Swift.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Going through a public breakup. Just to be frank, it's been overwhelming.
Can I go wee-wee?
Don't move.
Oh, meow. Cool cat.
Do you think you'd still date me if I was a dog?
Yeah, if you were Pomeranian.
I chugged a beer. You look good in the hat. Yes, I'm cool. Hey, do you know if my boyfriend's one of these soccer players?
I want to focus on this.
Is this football?
No. Why do you always say that I need a haircut every day?
How many children would you like? Well, I don't know. I'd like to have twins, yeah.
You realize they make double the doo-doos? And they have double the boo-boos. The worst.
Oh, well, I kind of have a thing about not being able to clean up after a little person. So that would really gross me out. That's an issue.
You're also pretty bad with cats.
Babies are cool with me. They're special. I have a whole minibus. That sounds really creepy. Please help me. I think you're such a creeper. How many little potatoes can you eat? I prefer orange ice cream. Well, I like gorgeous little pickles. This new album was totally focused on growling.
Okay. What is it? Hey tree. Tree. Hey tree. Hey tree. Hey tree. Oh, I had a panic attack about it. Oh, thank you so much. We have to stay sober, but thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God. Wow. They have knives. They have knives. What is she gonna do with those? That That's why it's this.
And now you've got this guy, Travis Kelce, you know, this like sort of fake relationship with Taylor Swift.
He was given 10 million.
Which this is a totally like, this is a really good example of a fabricated relationship in Hollywood. They often do this. They put a power couple together that is basically owned by the powers above. And, you know, it's well known, George Soros bought all of Taylor Swift's rights to all her music. He's one of the people that basically funds the Clintons and other politicians. So this is a man-made relationship. It's not going to freaking last. But I think it will be until the elections are over.
Kayla Nicole might not be with Travis Kelce anymore, but she had no issue getting the best seats in the house when the Lakers hosted the Clippers on Wednesday. It seems like she might be moving on from the whole Travis and Taylor situation after all. The model and fitness influencer appeared in great spirits as she celebrated her 32nd birthday a day early at Crypto.com Arena, seemingly blocking out all the outside noise related to her ex's new relationship with Taylor Swift.
Hey, how you doing?
Of course, Kayla recently spoke out about Kelce's new romance, saying she had to distance herself from the situation by unfollowing her good friends Patrick and Brittany Mahomes on Instagram to protect herself.
Like, it's literally self-care to just not even deal with it because I struggle deeply.
When Kayla publicly unfollowed Brittany and Patrick Mahomes on Instagram last month, she wasn't expecting it to make headlines.
You just have no choice but to be that girl.
Amid speculation that a falling out had occurred between the two friends, Kayla exclusively said the reality of their situation is much more complex, and that she's addressed the situation privately with Brittany. I do think it's important to publicly address this because I did publicly unfollow people, Kayla said. The reality is, I know these people in real life, and so in real life, I've communicated to these people why I've had to publicly make the decisions that I made. Kayla and Brittany grew close during her 5-year relationship with Travis Kelce before they officially broke up in May 2022. Kayla even went wedding dress shopping with Brittany and was one of the select few to come on her 8-person bachelorette weekend in February 2022. And now, as Kelce's new romance with Taylor Swift continues, Brittany has befriended Taylor.
The ladies were spotted in the stands working on a choreographed handshake together at Arrowhead Stadium on Sunday.
Kayla says she and Brittany have had our conversations and she knows that I love her. Kayla spent a lot of time in Kansas City, Missouri over the course of her close friendship with Brittany and relationship with Kelce.
The what?
I still love my KC people and my KC community so much, she says. But for me in my life, I have to move forward and everyone has to respect that. And hopefully when they respect that, that means they're no longer inserting me into things that don't involve me. Looking ahead, Kayla is very excited to be relaunching her fitness brand, Tribe Therapy, based on feel-good fitness by incorporating the tools she's learned in therapy into the workout routines she shares with her followers. She says that it's focused on the mental health component of working out, which is very important to her, especially after her breakup from Travis.
That's a wrap, y'all.
Just full transparency, I went through this major breakup, major life change, and I had lost a substantial amount of weight within a very short amount of time. I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't eating, I was really abusing melatonin to sleep at night, she shared. Although Kayla was still working out during that time, updates to social media led to confusing feedback from her followers. I'm posting content and people are like, "You look so good, tell us your tricks, you look amazing." And I'm like, I'm miserable, I'm depressed, Nicole admitted. My abs were amazing, I had a six-pack, and it was like I had never felt so bad in my life. Fortunately, Kayla started going to therapy and now she's physically and mentally fit. Unfollowing her Kansas City ties may have just been the answer she needed to move on.
I think initially, you know, I'm new to the landscape of being a public figure. I don't consider myself to be a celebrity, but a public figure, absolutely. So I think I could have used a little PR training in learning how to navigate the space with the media, because I was going into interviews thinking a little naively like, oh, you know, they just want to hear my story. They want to know about Tribe Therapy. They want to know about my wellness journey. You know, you sit down and you do an hour-long interview with someone and the headline is maybe a one sentence that you said of like, yeah, I was heartbroken and devastated because I went through a breakup. And that's the headline, like, so-and-so's ex is devastated still and she's sad and she's depressed. It's like, damn, girl, did you listen to anything I literally, that's
She
crazy.
barely was able to do this interview.
I am confused. But I think too, like you said, I am human, and I take it with a grain of salt now. You know, one day they're gonna have to stop calling me somebody's ex. I don't know if that means I have to date someone else publicly. I don't know what it's gonna take.
That's so good. That's so
like,
good.
I eventually they're gonna have to just let it go. They're gonna have to. Until then, I'm gonna ride this off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Because I can't control it. That's the thing too. It's like releasing control of people that I have no control over. The media is going to do what the media does, which is clickbait, which is headlines, which is make big block letter storylines that have nothing to do with who I am as a person. And it's really just not my job to stress about it. I also think too, to your point, like people will always say like, get over it, which is so interesting. And to them, I say, you too.
Yes.
I want y'all to report on me and the things that I'm doing and not have any correlation or connection to someone in the past. Because really and truly, like at the end of the day, if I choose to share my story, it's because I'm sharing it because I think that someone needs to hear it. I think that there's a life out there. There's a woman out there who feels like what she's going through is this singular experience. And so if I can make her feel like she's seen and understood, and if I can make it out of something like this, so should she. That's what my job here is to do. Like, other than that, I don't care. I simply don't care.
The hardest part about a breakup is just losing like a partner and a best friend and this person that you talk to every single day. You go from speaking every day to having to really like cut ties, even, you know, their family and their friends and the people that you've grown close to. So
if you guys have seen each other, like, are you guys cool or no?
We've seen each other.
So there's respect. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, we've seen each other in public spaces. I think that we're both aware of the nature of his new situation, that there's just no room really for us to communicate or acknowledge each other publicly.
I love you guys together.
Wow, thanks.
Just saying.
That was a good
From
time.
the outside, yeah. Like, from the outside looking in, I don't know what was going on and what happened.
It was great. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. That was a good time in my life.
My lovely lady, Miss Kayla Nicole, is actually over there filming me right now.
Is she really?
Yes, she is. Say hi, sweetie.
Hold on a second. Let's make sure that she's on camera right here. Right there on the Rich Eisen Show.
That's funny. That's a funny comment. Let the record show and state that I never said the relationship wasn't real. I have always contended, though, that it was a PR relationship because they both benefit so much for being in the relationship. What movie did I just come across where someone had a fake relationship? What movie was that? Where the marriage was Ryan Reynolds, The Proposal, Sandra Bullock. Anyway, I don't even know why I went there. Oh, Taylor Swift, Blake Lively. Anyway, but let's just think about the PR of this engagement for just a moment and why it is such a PR relationship. Think about the album sales. Think about the podcast when it comes up. Oh my gosh, the first episode of the New Heights podcast, the album, the preseason. Now we are going to get an entirely new viewpoint of Taylor Swift visits Arrowhead and flies around and visits all the games that Travis Kelce's playing in. The brands, think, oh my gosh, the wedding. Oh my gosh, the money. So no, I stand by. This is going to be the biggest PR marriage. This will be like a PR marriage of a lifetime. The post, the Instagram post, I mean, it's probably going to be one of the most liked posts of all time. Oh, this is funny. But this, my friends, the PR has just started.
Craziest thing you've done in a relationship?
This is one of we weren't in the relationship, but this is probably one of my favorite crazy Kayla stories because I don't have that many. But I'm a Scorpio and I have that crazy in me though. You know what I mean? Like it's back there. So I was dating a guy.
Okay.
I was dating a guy and he dumped me through a text message. And he dumped me for this singer slash actress who was famous at the time. Dumped me for her. Lied about it for months, then popped out with her, and it became like this public thing, and it was like, oh my God, we love them. Another like celebrity iconic relationship. And of course, little old me, I'm devastated, I'm heartbroken. I had just moved to New York to like be with this person and move in with them. It was a whole thing.
It's not who y'all think.
Yeah, you guys will not be able to figure this out. Or maybe they will, who cares, it doesn't matter. So he breaks up with me, dumps me, moves on, and for Halloween that year, I dressed up as her. I dressed up as that lady for Halloween, and not only
Are
did
the
I-
pictures out?
They're there somewhere. They're on the internet. And it went viral.
Clock that.
It went viral. It was everywhere. Like,
Really?
And that was before like I was even anything on Instagram, which is why it was even funnier because everybody's like, oh my God, you look so good. And you
Did he say
killed it."
something?
Yeah, you called me crazy. Like, you're nuts. You're crazy.
If what I'm about to tell you is true, Hot Girl Summer is canceled. City Boys up 1 billion points. So if you've never seen this couple had the internet in a chokehold for like a minute. So the guy's Travis Kelce, he's a tight end in the NFL, won the Super Bowl, real deal. The girl is Kayla Nicole. She's a fitness influencer, a model, and a certified bad bitch. And before I even get into it, let me make myself big so y'all don't fucking spoil it. Before I get into it, let me just say, disclaimer, this is a rumor. Before y'all act holier than thou in the fucking comments, it's a rumor, but it's interesting. Pause. Word on the street is, so they were together for like a couple years, and then he cheated on her, as NFL niggas do. Fuck you. But he's not a nigga. I digress. Word on the street is, he cheated on her, and then they got back together, and one of the main issues of brewing in their relationship is that he's a cheap motherfucker, okay? So basically, a source close to Kayla basically came out and said that after they got back together and they broke up again, it wasn't because he was cheating. It was because he was cheap as fuck. And the headline is, he only gave her $100 during their whole relationship. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does he have to give her cash allowance like she's a baby? Or, you know, I've seen them on yachts and shit. Ain't no way that's true. They was going on vacations, expensive dinners, you know, doing all that shit. That's exactly what I thought too. The plot thickens. I'm gonna read this to y'all because some of y'all are dense and lazy. Kayla's friend explained Travis is very cheap. In the beginning, he tried to make Kayla prove that she wasn't just with him for the money. So she had to pay half for everything. Half of every date, half of every trip, everything. The two split up last year amidst cheating rumors, and Travis promised that if Kayla took him back, he'd be different. But the friend explained Travis is still cheap. Maybe he's not cheating anymore, but he's not breaking bread the way he needs to be. Now, first of all, I get it. It ain't about the money, but he was cheating on her. So he was cheating and making her pay half of everything. And he's a millionaire. He is the second highest paid tight end in the whole NFL. So if he was cheating and making her pay half of everything, what the fuck was she getting out of this relationship? And I know her friends was like, stand up, girl. The dick can't be that good. Because look at her. She's fucking beautiful, like fucking beautiful. She deserves so much better. And this man had the sweetest deal in the world. He's almost a businessman. Because if you think about it, he was literally having his cake and eating it too. Because he was cheating and he only had to pay half of everything. So she was basically paying him to cheat. What the fuck? But to be real, toxic relationships like this can be very traumatic. So I hope she heals beautifully, and let me know what y'all think in the comments.
I made a video saying that it's so wild to me how taboo it is to talk about the work that Taylor Swift gets done on her face, but like everybody will talk about the work that Kylie Jenner does. Like it's trending that she had a boob job, and then like it's super trending Lindsay Lohan's facelift and Kris Jenner's facelift, and it's like I get that those are like, you know, crazier procedures and the work is more dramatic, but this is pretty visually clear too. And to be honest, even though the procedure is not dramatic, what I'm looking at is pretty dramatic to me. I'm so sick of being gaslit by people in the comments being like, oh, I don't see any different with her. I'm like, who is that? And then I'm like, this is very much giving those like surged up celebrities or like surged up overfull pillow face type like Real Housewives, like on their second season where they just overdo it on the filler. because they're just not used to seeing themselves on TV or something. And it's weird because she's a billion, like she is an American oligarch, and you have access to like everything, right? And for some reason it's difficult for her team to find people who are actually good at injecting, because I mean, everybody knows if you're gonna get some fillers, some Botox or whatever, there's like a strategy to that. Like, you don't just fill shit up and wonder where it goes. Like, there are good and bad injectors. And so it's crazy that the quality of work that she like accepts on her face, which is like, I don't know, a huge contributor of her money-making ability, she like, I guess doesn't care? Like, to be honest, she looks like Lil' Kim. We're like in real time watching the transformation. Like, everybody, I don't know about everybody, but if you are as old as I am, like, you remember Lil' Kim seeing her and being like, what was that? And so the fact that nobody's having that reaction to Taylor, who her cheeks are fuller than Lil' Kim on the right here. It's so weird, but I also think that surged up look is like much more normalized now in like society. But like, so I have a like normal human face, this person has a normal human face, and then you're like, that's not actually like how humans are made. Like, she looks like this overfull Ashley Mahomes, and I'm sure she's like living in that space, so it probably like feels normal. But it's crazy to me, and it's crazy to me that people are like, I didn't even notice. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, I did, and I'm a mega fan, and this is like perturbing to me. And then the fan reaction is even more perturbing to me, like the face blindness of everybody, and then the way everybody gets offended if you're like, what is this? It's just so crazy to me. Like, the Swifties are just like too much.
I don't want to be with a big furry drunk.
Fine, I don't want to be with you anyway.
America! I'm a little snack.
Are you okay?
My ankles are like, ooh. Hey, I'm supposed to be a snack.
Here is a new blind item that allegedly suggests that Travis Kelce is getting a little too thirsty and loving the attention he is getting from being Taylor Swift's boyfriend. The pro athlete is really enjoying looking at himself on social media every night and the praise and adoration. He is really laying things on a little too thick right now. People are starting to catch on that he has a big thirst. And again, this is allegedly Travis Kelce. And the related headline reads, Travis Kelce's backstage antics at Taylor Swift's Amsterdam Eras Tour gig revealed as fans call him marriage material. NFL star Travis Kelce shocked comedian Nikki Glaser at Taylor Swift's Amsterdam Eras Tour gig on Saturday. Glaser attended Swift shows in the Dutch capital with her parents over the weekend. And she was freaked out by witnessing Kelce running backstage at the concert. We're on our way out early and we just spotted Travis sprinting through the halls to get backstage, Glaser said in a TikTok video. I've met him before, but I didn't have any time to say anything, but we love you, Travis, and we do. Many fans gushed over Kelce's romantic gesture, calling it marriage material.
Was that the first time you'd met Taylor?
Yeah, it's fairly new, so I don't like to talk about it. It's just one of those things where, obviously everybody saw me. I was in the boxes with her, and yeah, it's just another thing that's amped up my life.
Yeah, what was she like? What was it? I mean, so you got to know her a little bit. Got to sit with a couple games. How was it?
It was okay. Yeah.
It is back, y'all, and not just any tiny braid, but a tiny braid that is placed in the same exact spot as we see the tiny braid in Taylor's hair during the Lavender Haze music video. So I have been talking a lot about the tiny braids in Taylor's hair. We saw these starting in the summer of 2023, so when her and Travis started dating, talking, whatever you want to call it, we started seeing Taylor appear with these tiny braids in her hair quite a bit. But this was not the first time we saw Taylor with a tiny braid. The first time, at least to my knowledge, that I remember seeing a tiny braid in Taylor's hair is in the Lavender Haze music video, in the exact same spot that it was at the game she was at last night, her first public appearance as an engaged woman. Here you can see this still from the Lavender Haze music video, and there's the tiny braid right there. And it is just very interesting to me that after announcing her engagement, she is going to reference, maybe you think it's not an intentional reference, I don't really believe that's how Taylor Swift works, but to each their own. She's going to choose to reference the Lavender Haze music video where she sings, "The only kind of girl y'all see is a one night or a wife." A music video that is not only full of the color lavender, which is a historically queer color and queer reference and could reference, you know, a lavender marriage, perhaps, but also a music video wherein you see this couple, Taylor and this man, together, right? And when they're together and they're in private and it's just the two of them, we don't really see any connection, we don't really see any chemistry, we don't really see them interacting with each other. But when they're at a party and there's cameras on them, suddenly they're so in love and they're staring at each other and they're looking into each other's eyes and they're dancing. So yeah, it is just interesting to me that she chose to put a tiny braid in her hair in the same spot that she had a tiny braid in the Lavender Haze music.
Ayo, collector check. Show the most expensive item in your collection, the least expensive item in your collection, the item everyone wants to steal when they see your collection, the item that's least likely to be had by any other collector, your first item in your collection, the newest item in your collection, the strangest item in your collection, and your favorite item in your collection.
Opal and blue topaz. I mean, this is like a present for Elizabeth Taylor, not me.
I hope everyone is prepared for the fact that this will be Reputation's sister album. There is a reason she chose the same photographers that shot Reputation to shoot this new album. Because she loved what they did with the Reputation photos, right? It hasn't worked with them since 2017 when the Reputation album came out. I wonder why. Because it just wasn't time yet, but now it is time. This is insane. Like, this is actually one of the most fucking insane things I've ever seen in my entire life. And do you want to know why? It immediately made me think of this. Immediately. I didn't even have to blink. I just immediately thought of this. Like, the resemblance? The life of the showgirl is the life of her actually getting revenge. Like, oh my god. This was almost 3 years ago. It's like she's been teasing this the entire time. I'm telling you right now, track 10, Cancelled, is gonna change all of our lives. I mean, this entire album is gonna change my life. Eldest Daughter being track 5. I'm still trying to comprehend. All I'm trying to say is this is no coincidence. Don't say I didn't warn you. This is Rep's sister album. Who needs Rep TV when we're getting this? Literally, who needs Rep TV when we're about to get this? We never needed it because this is what she had planned the entire time.
Have Swifties taken it too far, as Gabriette is officially using bots to edit her Instagram tags? For those that are out of the loop, this is Gabriette Betchel, the current fiancé of Maddie Healy, who, as you know, is Taylor Swift's ex. It was just a few days ago when popular Instagram user Veronica Is Cool posted this video predicting the lyrics of Eldest Daughter, a track from Taylor Swift's upcoming album. What you might not know already is that most of the lyrics from this album are believed to have been possibly leaked weeks ago, and within that post, Veronica was using those leaked lyrics. Just hours after the post with leaks was made, Gabriette came to comment, "Babe, record Actually Romantic Please," another song that is to be on TS12. Not only is it on TS12, but from those who have read the leaked lyrics, we've heard that that song may even reference Gabriette, Maddie, and Charlie XCX, as they're all part of the same friend group. It was after seeing that comment that Swifties sprung into action, tagging Gabriette in thousands of posts online, shaming her for her actions. Meanwhile, other Swifties, myself included, are saying that while different, this is too similar to what happened to Taylor Swift back in 2016, and is something that we don't need to be doing. But if you were participating in this activity, you may have reached your goal, as Gabriette is now actively untagging herself from all of the posts. And the original post from Veronica with the leaked lyrics has also been taken down off of Instagram. No matter what your ethical beliefs are behind this, it's just another sign that Swifties are not a group of people you want to mess with. All of that said, I have not read the lyrics for Actually Romantic yet, and I cannot wait until I get to on October 3rd. So as always, hang out here until then so that when we do get the album, we can talk about it together and I can keep you posted on whatever's going on with Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift has filed a restraining order against a man who is claiming she is the mother of his son. Taylor claims he's been showing up to her LA home for over a year, She filed for this protection on Friday against 45-year-old Brian Jason Wagner of Henderson, Colorado. According to the declaration, Wagner first showed up to her LA home in July of 2024 and made at least 3 visits to her property in that month alone, being confronted by her security each time. Taylor stated that during each of these visits, she was informed that he made various statements about living on her property, being in a relationship with her being the mother of his son, and needing to see her in person, which she said are all untrue and disconnected from reality. Wagner returned to her home twice last month, which is when her security team ran a criminal history check on him, which is when they learned he was incarcerated in 2023 when he began sending her lengthy communications, which is where he wrote about his infatuation with her and claimed to be in a relationship with her. He also made hundreds of communication attempts to Taylor while he was incarcerated, which prompted her team to create a security alert which acknowledged him as a threat. A driver's license for Wagner with Taylor Swift's LA home listed as the address was also shipped to her property. Taylor states that she does not know this man, and this is making her fear for her safety and her family's safety. The hearing date is currently scheduled for June 30th. Let us know your thoughts in the comments and follow along for all of the updates.
While Taylor Swift is largely quiet these days after finishing up the Eras tour, I thought it might be fun to take a look back at some of the brand partnerships in detail that she's had over the course of her career. Today we're going to be starting with Diet Coke because it is the longest running campaign she has done. Taylor's partnership with Diet Coke was originally announced in January of 2013 and was a big deal among Swifties and really in social media in general because this was a very high-powered collaboration for her. You can read the quote above from the current president at the time saying that Taylor's unmatched business savvy was an inspiration to everyone, and that is why she was selected as part of the campaign for extraordinary individuals. Taylor was also quoted as saying that Diet Coke is a big part of her lifestyle. When announced, it was revealed that there would be different sweepstakes within the Diet Coke world that would allow fans the opportunity to meet Taylor Swift through her upcoming Red Tour. Like many things, though, in Taylor Swift's world, this announcement was quickly met with criticism, saying that she was encouraging childhood obesity by partnering with Coca-Cola.
Some don't buy what she's selling. Lori David blogs for the Huffington Post.
Frankly, I was horrified that Taylor Swift made a deal with Diet Coke. We're in the middle of an obesity epidemic and a diabetes epidemic in America. 1 in 3 kids are overweight or obese, and, one of the #1 culprits is soda.
After signing her deal with Diet Coke, Swift released a short video announcing the joint venture, but didn't respond to any criticism. Our calls to reps were not immediately returned.
And while Taylor's team never addresses the criticism, Coca-Cola does and continues at this time to stand by Taylor. A few short months after the criticism, we get Taylor's first commercial from Diet Coke, and then shortly thereafter, a behind-the-scenes footage video.
It feels like a perfect night.
It feels like a perfect night to dress up like hipsters.
Make fun of our exes. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Everything will be alright if we just keep dancing like we're.
A song that they knew we'd play and kind of reformulating the song to sound different than they expected, or a different visual than they expected, or 1 minute you're seeing this outfit, a split second later it's this outfit. I really like to think that a good concert can be like a good book, can take you away, can take you to a different place and help you escape. And I think that's the main goal for me is helping the fans to escape, if only just for one night.
Other than some print ads, things are largely quiet with Taylor Swift's partnership with Diet Coke until September of 2014, when Coke announces that they will be partnering with Subway, gearing up for Taylor's upcoming 1989 tour. Like the partnership for the Red Tour, this allowed fans to enter a sweepstakes after buying a Diet Coke at Subway to meet Taylor during the 1989 World Tour. In October of 2014, we also get another commercial for Diet Coke, this time with a snippet of the song How You Get the Girl, but this is before the album had been released, which of course drew a lot of attention to both Taylor's upcoming album and the brand Diet Coke. Taylor also partners with Diet Coke, and this time Ryan Seacrest for his show Live on Air with Ryan Seacrest, right after the release of 1989, where she goes on to share exclusive details about the album and also is the first co-host to do the entire show alongside Ryan.
Guest hosting On Air with Ryan Seacrest on October 30th, thanks to Diet Coke, with musical guests.
And the player's gonna play, and the hater's gonna hate, and then...
You'll thank me later.
As we move into 2015, Taylor then goes on the 1989 World Tour, where Diet Coke is still a sponsor for her and her world tour. However, once we move into 2016, things are largely quiet because Taylor, one, stops being out in the public and really posting that much on social media, but also isn't releasing any new music currently. We do, however, get this one picture that she posts while attending the Met Gala, aka the night Bleacher, really made a big impact on social media. And in this picture, it shows her holding a Diet Coke with the lyrics to Style on it. But from there, things are largely quiet. So we move into 2017, the Reputation album is released, and then she goes on tour in 2018 for Reputation. And you can see here from this photo that Diet Coke is a sponsor. However, we stopped getting commercials and we stopped getting any press or posting from Taylor herself about Diet Coke. After the Reputation tour, however, we don't really see anything from Taylor or Diet Coke as far as new posting or new press goes. It's most likely that this partnership ended in 2018, as this would also be the end of a 5-year time period, which is pretty standard for a contract with a partnership such as this. However, that did not stop multiple sources from speculating why this partnership could have ended, such as the one seen above. Now, this is the only source that says this, so I would say take this with a grain of salt, but that Taylor actually canceled the partnership herself in early 2019 when it was revealed that Coca-Cola had been funding candidates that were supporting anti-abortion movements. And while I would like to believe that Taylor Swift would agree to do something like that, I think this is probably just a made-up rumor, because I feel like this specifically would have made a lot of headlines, and this is the only source, a Wikipedia source, that says such. And then in 2024, again, headlines surfaced that Coca-Cola had just canceled their partnership with Taylor because she had endorsed candidate Kamala Harris for president as opposed to Donald Trump. This is definitely not true, because if her partnership at this point had been going on longer than 10 years, you would expect to have seen something new with her partnership with Diet Coke between the years 2019 and 2024. So again, this was definitely made up and just used as clickbait. And while this was one of Taylor Swift's longest running partnerships, she has actually had quite a few over the course of her career. Let me know in the comments if there's one that stands out to you more than the others that we should cover next in this series.